It's Gaurav H Music, and I'm on the POV podcast with Moe talking about life and music. Keep it locked.
Calm.
Is that all right?
We're rolling on all of them, yeah?
Sick.
Jeez. This is the inaugural POV podcast episode.
Bro, I have no idea what that means, bro.
Inaugural, I think it's first ever, bro. First ever.
Okay.
Yeah. So my name is Moe Machid. My first ever guest is Gaurav Music.
Yes,
Say hello,
yes.
bro.
What's happening?
What are you saying? Thank you for coming and joining me.
Pleasure, bro.
It's been a journey getting here, man.
Trust me,
And
man.
I'm glad I'm able to share this platform with you.
Obviously, 100%, bro.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
the first person, man.
Bruv, I'm gassed, man. I'm so gassed. Like, it's just been a crazy journey getting here, getting all this equipment. Like, bro, I'm a little bit proud, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit nervous as well, because I've got to make sure I shut it down.
100%, bro.
You gotta help me do that.
100%, bro.
Yeah?
We shut it down together.
yeah. Just a bit of background, obviously. So the POV podcast all stemmed from my own personal experience living with something called Crohn's disease and IBD, inflammatory bowel disease. I made some vlogs and a lot of people watched it and they took a lot from it. And I get like emails and messages every day from people from around the world who watch those and really benefit from me sharing my experience. So I want to create a platform where people like Gaurav, who are doing really well for themselves, can come on, share their experiences. So other people who may be in the same position as them 5 or 6 years ago, who may be finding it a bit difficult or in a bit of a dark space, can like listen to this podcast, understand that they're not alone and they've like there's other people who've gone through the same experiences and kind of learn from it and move forward. Laugh as well, because we tend to crack loads of jokes.
100%, bro.
Yeah, bro. So
ready.
yeah, man.
I'm ready. Where do I start?
So first off, I'm saying looking kind of swaggy today. Where'd you get that tracksuit from?
Oh, look. Little bit of a jack up going on there. I just clocked it as I was sitting there, bro. There's like a mad gap between my shoes
You're deceivingly tall, that's why, fam. You must have got that from the kids section.
I must have grew out of it. So it was a sale or something, bro. I don't know.
That's from Zara. I know it's from Zara. I told you. I know it's from Zara because my brother's got the same one in grey.
100%, bro. Them items there.
So,
yeah,
you're a musician.
Yeah, man. I don't know what I am anymore, bro.
Is
I
it?
count as like everything in it. Like an
You're
A&R.
A&R, you're an audio technician as well.
Yeah, so I do mainly audio engineering,
Sure.
mix engineering,
Okay.
not mastering. The major difference between mixing and mastering, which people don't actually know.
Okay. I didn't, mixing and mastering,
Yeah.
I didn't know the difference.
So major difference quickly, yeah.
Okay.
It's like mixing is, so say if you've got a track, you've got the musicians, they put everything, they kind of work with a producer.
Okay.
He's not a mixer or an engineer or a producer.
So is it, so again, so a mixer is someone who is after the track is made? Or they're the
Kind
ones
of
who make the track?
during, no. So the producer will make it. So let's say you got a beat maker.
And so they work with the thing, they'll put all
Yeah.
the pieces together.
Basically, they'll arrange it, they'll sit around and make it sound good,
Okay.
sonically, yeah? So that when you hear it, it sounds sick. Bass is nice.
Okay.
The bass sounds good in your car, it sounds good in your phone. Producer just plays it. He doesn't give a shit about how it sounds.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? But the engineer would put it together. Then the mastering engineer scientifically makes it actually sound perfect, basically.
So all the levels are, so they put it onto one track, am I right? They take all the individual tracks.
So the mixer would keep on all the tracks, but then he'll bounce it as a stereo file,
Okay.
and then give it over to the mastering engineer.
And they will make sure all the levels are right.
No, so that's the mixing engineer.
Bloody-
That's the mixing engineer. The master engineer will bring everything up.
Okay,
But it's not making it loud. It's not making it loud. So
okay, understood.
say you've got like a bit where it's just bass. Yeah, you want the bass to stand out. So
Yeah.
you got to make it stand out on the phone, the car. Even though the mix engineer is doing that, he's
Yeah.
not doing it to a loud level.
Okay.
So that's what the mastering engineer would come and take it to.
Understood. So what, is that something you do as well, both?
So I don't do mastering.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
I'd
do
love
mixing.
to say I can do mastering, but I always say
Is
I
that
don't
something
do
you want to
mastering.
do like eventually?
It's science. It's a lot of science involved, man. I'm not really
Swear.
looking forward to go back
Is
to back to school and that stuff.
Do you have to
bro.
what? Do you have to take a course for it or something?
No, it's nah, bro. You know what it is? It has your room, like mixing. Yeah, on alone, you have to have a treated room. You got the right equipment. Mastering is like 10 times more.
Swear.
Like they don't have consoles and stuff. They just have they do, but it's very small and very unique, and it's worth so much money. Yeah.
And
So
what,
I'd
are
rather
they usually like on their own individually in like a little box room with no windows?
yeah.
Like
that's
that,
the guy.
literally?
Yeah, 100%.
That's
bro.
mad.
100%.
And that's a process that happens to every single track ever created in the world.
It depends, man. The thing is, you've got these like AI companies coming in now, and like you can upload your track for like £10 and you can get it mastered.
Swear.
And it's just taking the piss out of us, man. Well, not me because I'm not a
Mad.
mastering engineer, but it is taking the piss out of the industry. And it's just using algorithms and stuff. And
So it's not an actual human doing it?
no, it's nothing to do
Okay.
human. But I mean, I know a lot of people in Metropolis, which is like a big master studio.
Sure.
So it was like done with the Beatles and stuff. So they're still going in it. They're like one of the only ones who are still popping at the minute
Mad.
for mastering
So
studios.
I'm guessing the people that really take the industry seriously tend to go to the ones, the actual
100%.
humans.
Yeah,
Whereas the
yeah.
up and coming guys who are making tunes in their bedrooms or whatever,
Just
obviously
upload it on there.
they're going to look for the cheapest option.
100%.
They ain't got peas
Yeah, 100%.
like me.
No, bro. The thing is, why I'm laughing is because I did that with I'm the Man, innit?
Yeah, I thought
But
so. We're gonna get into tracks in a bit. We're gonna get into tracks in a bit.
So songwriter as well. Sorry, forgot to finish what I do.
As well.
Yeah. So songwriter.
So again, I've listened to some of your tracks. If you haven't heard them, by the way, I'm gonna plug them in the bio and stuff. But yeah, so let's take it back. Gaurav, high school times.
Oh, shit.
When was like the your first ever experience with music? And was it instant? Like, did you know this is what I want to do forever?
Bro, the thing is, when I was in year 2, yeah. Year 2, bro. I'm taking it back right now, innit? Year 2, fam. I was like yay high.
Yeah. And, I can imagine.
Yeah, and I was big, bro. I was huge, bro. All my days, I was so fat, bro. My mum would bring bacon tarts, yeah, like tart things, and she'll be munching all. I'll be munching all of them, yeah.
What, the whole 6-pack?
Bro, the whole 6-pack, yeah? The whole 6-pack, and I'll get screwed out the next day. Like, where have they gone? They were meant to be for like guests. Bro, I'm yamming them in my room, man. No, it's not good.
Well,
anyway,
so not only you're transformed in music, you transformed in like physicality as well, bro.
It wasn't good, bro. And then I went to when I was in year 2, I got told I was like mild dyslexic.
Okay.
So basically it kind of put like a downer on me in it as a child, because I was just like, I can't do things that other kids can do. So they kept like, they kept forcing me to use my finger every time between my words. Obviously, because I couldn't write in it. But it was just like, it implemented in my brain, thinking like, that.
I was like that as well.
Why do I have to be slow on? Like,
that's
so it was
peak,
like,
man.
and Gaurav all the time. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like involved
they're
in it.
They're not involving you. That's like, one thing I hate about the school system, 100%, bro, man. They don't. Bro. If everyone has their own individual skills and talents, man, you can't just make everyone judge them all on the exam. Because some people are not good at exams, 100%, man. I was never good at exams. Even in the exam, I was daydreaming and thinking about other things.
Exactly. That's the thing, man.
Bro, I was much better at speaking, hence why we're here. Do you know what I'm saying? But it took me a much longer time to understand my skills because I was never told it in school.
No, exactly.
It just gets me mad, bro, man.
Trust me.
They always, it's just, I don't want to go into that,
isn't
I'll
it?
get mad.
I hate the grading system, man.
Bro, it's just peak. But talking about spacing fingers, bro, my handwriting was so messy, I had to do 2 fingers. Bro, and I got little fat fingers when I was a youth as well, but I was like 3 words per line, fam. Bro, I remember in primary school, so I was fatty, bro. They used to call me Big Boot because I had no techers with the ball, and we used to play football with a tennis ball, and I just used to come to me, I used to smash it, and I didn't care where it went, I just used to hit it, bro. It was peak.
I got stories about football as well. We'll bring it on after, innit, for the little chapter of school.
We'll go. So you're on year 2.
Year 2 in Belgium, by the way.
You're in Belgium?
I was in the UK. I lived in Belgium for 6 years.
Where were you born?
Ealing Hospital. I mean London also. I said the hospital and everything, innit?
Big up Ealing Hospital.
Big up Ealing Hospital.
So
Ealing Hospital.
You're born in Ealing Hospital. The end of the 83 where it used to go.
Yeah,
I remember. Now it goes to Alperton.
Yeah.
So you're born there, and then why did you end up in Belgium? You like chocolate, innit? That's why.
No, bro. At that age, 100%. I think that's what started my little tooth, bro. My little sweet tooth. 100% Belgium.
Chocolate.
Yeah, man.
I swear they have that little statue. I went to Belgium a couple of times. They have that little statue of the boy peeing everywhere.
Yes, they still have that. I have no idea. Well, my dad mentioned that today, man.
Literally.
My brother's in Amsterdam and he's going to Belgium after. My dad's like, go see this statue. And I'm thinking, why does he want to see that, bro? That's mad, isn't
it? Literally, like every souvenir shop you go, like in London, you got like magnets with like Big Ben on it. But there's this little ute, like with his little pee out, but I'm just pissing everywhere, fam. I'm like, what is this, lad?
It's a bit mad, isn't it?
Mad, but obviously each their own. That's probably a cultural thing.
Exactly.
So big up Belgium, respect.
Hey.
But, okay, so in year 2, you're in Belgium.
Yep.
What's happening?
So I'm bare fat, yeah, and then they told me that I'm mild dyslexic, so obviously it's implemented in my head.
So are you speaking like Flemish or something at this time?
No, bro. They were teaching us French.
Oh, okay, so
you're the first guy, who's actually known what language they speak.
Come on,
everyone
bro,
always says German or French. So that's sick.
Okay, cool. So French, you're learning in French, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, safe. So
bro.
Year 2.
Yeah, year 2, learning French, then moved to Chelsea.
So so how long were you in Belgium for?
I was in Belgium for 6 years. 6 years, bro.
So from what year to what year? As in, how old were you?
Yeah, what year was that? It was like year... Well, I don't know.
Was it year 2 to year 6 or something?
No. It was like...
Baby.
Like, I was at 1, when I moved.
So you were born and you literally just went there?
Yeah. Like a year later.
Okay, sick.
My dad had businesses there, innit? So he was
understood.
He migrated over there to Belgium.
Sick, wavy. Do you have any memories of it?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Like, I remember a little bit. Like, I remember where we lived.
Do you have any friends like there?
Nah, bro. Like, I've tried to find them on Facebook when I was younger, but like, there's no way I can find them either.
Okay.
So I forgot their names, innit? I know their first names. But like after that, I just no
it's
idea.
just peak, innit, man?
Yeah,
it's just
bro.
peak. Okay, cool. So back to year 2.
Yeah. Back to year 2.
You've been diagnosed as mildly dyslexic.
Yeah.
You have to put fingers in between your letters.
Every fucking, yeah.
How are you feeling?
Ridiculous. At this point, bro, as a kid, you don't really know what to expect, but you know that you're not the clever one. So it's like,
that's peak, man.
you kind of know that you're not a bright spark, yeah?
Yeah.
Because having like Asian parents as well, obviously they want you to do well in school.
They're sticking it on you,
but
innit?
that's back then though, innit? Like they want me to do well in school back then because the mentality was different back then.
For sure.
Obviously changing now, but like back then, it's like, oh, like why is our kid like this? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? But obviously my mum was a teacher as well, so it wasn't
so she
as bad.
understood.
Yeah, she understood.
So she had an understanding of the whole situation because she dealt with it as well.
Bro, exactly.
Same as me. My mum's a school teacher as well, so she kind of understands it.
Right, exactly.
The whole situation. Yeah,
100%.
Why I chat so much. Bro, every parent in me is like, Mo, he's a very bright student, but he's way too chatty.
Bro, I got
way
that
too chatty.
in year 6 all the way up,
bro,
man.
Every high school parents evening, man.
It's mad, isn't it?
Like every teacher's like, he's got so much potential, but he's just way too chatty. I'm just like, obviously that's my skill then. Hone in on it and make me better.
It's
they
true,
just
though,
don't get it, bro. They're just like,
Bro, it's so mad, yeah, because like in Scandinavia, if you like something as a child, they'll help you progress that. Bro, how sick is that?
They got the best schooling system, bro. Scandinavia,
100%.
They've got the best schooling system. They got the least like dirty streets, the most recycling countries in the. Bro, man, we need to take a leaf out of their book, man. But I just don't understand why we're not doing it.
Bro,
they have like this. Their working day is less. Their school day is less.
Bro, they enjoy life more.
They enjoy life
out
more.
of the way.
Although it is a bit depressing because they got like half the month is darkness and half the year is darkness.
Yeah, that's true. Innit? So they get something, I guess.
Yeah,
do you know
that's
what I mean?
peak, bruv. But yeah, anyway.
Okay, so yeah, I know we went so sidetracked there.
Year 2.
All right, back to year 2. Yeah. Anyway, we've moved to Chelsea now, yeah?
So you come back to Chelsea now?
So year 3, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've gone to like this really nice Catholic school.
Mad thing.
Yeah, I don't know why my parents went in a little private Catholic school, man. A little Indian boy. Bro, it was so random, innit? Like, now looking back here, I'm thinking
that... Gary?
Bro, how do you know that's actually my nickname? Everyone calls me Gary, bro.
What? Come on,
yo, that's it.
Gary. Man like Gary. Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
Then we've gone to year 3 and stuff, yeah. Year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6. Yeah, I spent so the rest of my like primary school years I spent there.
Okay.
And then I started basically like picking up piano and like, but I didn't want to play it because I was shy. Yeah. I was in the choir, innit, from year 3 upwards because I couldn't do anything academic, so I was in the choir.
So you were at this point you're much preferring the creative stuff than the academic stuff.
But there's no like, it's not like, oh, I want to do this or like I want. It's just like
what you prefer to do.
I didn't have anything to do, so like I didn't want to learn anything. Yeah. Like because I just couldn't be bothered because they put me as a dyslexic, so I might as well act like a dyslexic. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't know what was going on.
How are you gonna say that?
And then so I remember like they give us like these tubes with like beads in there.
Yeah, and like you turn it from one side to the other.
Yeah. So I used to get gassed with that, thinking like, "Wow, this sounds sick." Yeah. Everyone used to be like, "Fucking hell, this guy ain't letting go of that little tube, man." So kept playing with that and just loved the sound, bro. And then my brother played like piano back then, like keys or whatever. So I used to like copy him and just pretend I'm playing as well. And then older brother, yeah.
How much older is he?
7 years.
Oh, mad. So there's a bit of a difference, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Okay. But you just turned 25, innit?
25.
I didn't realise, man. Big up. In May, innit?
Yeah, bro.
Man was pre in that Twitter.
Innit? Love it.
I was like, I watch a couple like other interview shows and stuff on YouTube, and they like go through like the Instagram and Twitter. So I was like, okay, let me check if he's got Twitter. Yeah. Yes, he has got Twitter. Yeah. And you're way more active on Twitter than you are on Instagram, because Instagram you got like 35 posts, because I checked again. Instagram, bruv, in Twitter, I was like, let me scroll down a couple years and see, bruv, 24k tweets, bro. Man was like, he's only been active for about a year. 24k. How many? Is that like 15 tweets a day?
Bro, you know what it is, yeah. So I was using Twitter for time throughout uni, school.
Okay.
And like, I was one of the first people who had it when it was popping in school and stuff. So it was sick, And then I religiously used it. Mad. And then obviously when I finished uni, I didn't really use it.
Yeah.
Then, like,
but it's a good tool though, bro.
100%, bro.
You have to use it. You have to utilize it.
Yeah, man. A couple of weeks ago, someone was like, bro, you need to start getting active on it, man. Because a lot of people are starting to join Twitter now. So use it.
Sick. But yeah, anyway, so 24k tweets.
Okay.
I see you're active, bro. There's some funny stuff on your page, though.
It is, isn't it? Bare random retweets and stuff.
But yeah, we'll get into that. No, but there's one video I saw. What was it? Bruv, that Tinder date story I saw. I don't know when you retweeted that from, about the girl who like felt sick and she got dropped off, and then she had the bruv. That was
scary, innit? It is mad, bro.
In essence, basically, there's a story of this girl. I don't know, she's saying a voice note.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
About someone. Yeah. Where she basically she was on a Tinder date.
Yeah.
And she went home because she felt sick. The guy dropped her off. He dropped her in the house, and then he put her to bed or whatever. Yeah. Weird. And then he left. But then she woke up randomly in the middle of the night, and she could hear like some rustling downstairs. Called the police, locked her door. The police came, broke down the door, took this brother. And she was like, I want to see what he was doing downstairs. She goes downstairs and he had like basically moved everything in their house, her house downstairs. There was a saw and a hammer there, and he had drugged her, and apparently she was never meant to wake up. Somehow she woke up.
Yeah. Bruv, it's mad.
Tinder is peak, man. Watch out who you're going out with, man. Yep. Do a CRB. What's called
stop using Tinder, people, yeah.
DBS check, bro. Man like Sian, I know he's on Tinder, bro. Tinder, Grindr, whatever it is, man. We don't judge you, fam. It's all good, man. It's all love out here. But yeah, so you find this little tube.
Yeah. So back to that, yeah. Then I started guitar lessons.
And how old were you around this time?
Year 3, year 4. What's that like?
Oh, so you started young.
Yeah, man. But I wasn't playing properly though. I was just like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Couple like
little
Mary had a little lamb and stuff. Yeah, then the flute, not the flute, recorder.
I swear.
Way different to a flute, bro.
I learned recorder as well. Yeah.
I learned the recorder and that was sick, man. It was because it was so easy.
Yeah.
Then what hit in year 5? I was going into the church. Yeah. Bro, church is like the O2 at this age. Like, it is big. Like, this is a big move, innit? Like, bro, if you're going into a church to sing, bro, in front of all these...
Did you have a green room and stuff with, like, Capri Suns everywhere, bro?
As an Indian as well, bro, stepping into that church, as a Sikh man, bro, going into there.
Did you wear a turban as well? Man, come shut it down, man. Repping the culture. Repping the culture,
I was in the flag and everything. I was ready,
come with some dorkies.
No, bro, I was singing, what do you call it, man? This little light of mine. And then, bro, imagine they were like, you need to do a solo. And I was like, yeah, sick. That's when I did the solo. I was thinking, raw. And I looked around, there was like 50 people there. But I mean,
but as in it's big, man.
For me, that was O2,
innit? Big, yeah, of course.
100%. Then, year 5. So that's when I started liking music.
So you're like, singing. Okay, I done this. I like the feeling of this performance. Yeah. Like, I shut it down. I want to do more, basically.
Everyone back then, used to say like, if you're singing in the choir, you're like. Back then,
you're like a G, basically.
No, you're opposite.
You're a side man.
Like you're a girl, like you're bare camp and stuff like this. But I used to continue doing it, thinking like, I don't really care in it because I actually like it. So thinking back now, I actually liked it because of that. So it was quite sick. And then like my school, obviously being a private school, it was quite cool to. They did a lot of stuff like going Royal Albert Hall and stuff. So then we somehow one of the teachers got like a slot at Royal Albert Hall, like to do choir
in primary school.
Yeah, bro. So
you did this little,
not solo, no. So it was like me and the choir from my school. It was like literally 30 people, bro. Remember Sophie Ellis Bextor? Yeah. So we did choir with her.
Oh,
it was banging, bro. It's still on my CV till this day.
That's sick. So you performed with Sophie Ellis Bextor at Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
As a little
kid.
That's mad.
Isn't it?
And then so that was like, yo, this is sick. I want to do more of this.
Then I liked the music side of it because I was like, oh, this is sick, man. Like, first church now here. Getting places.
Bruv, man's here, bruv. Man's walking with sunglasses, jacket.
Yeah, bro.
Down the corridor in school.
Yeah. Then I tried acting, because I wanted to be the lead role in like the end of year play.
This is year 6 times now.
Year 6.
Okay, cool.
And then like that's when I kind of liked, like I would say, doing something under pressure, man. I guess that was the first pressure thing that I had, and I was doing Jack and the Beanstalk, innit?
Okay.
So that was cool.
So you were Jack. You got the part.
Yeah, bro.
Man,
yeah. Kind of.
Jack in there, yeah.
You know how I got? Yeah. Do you know how I got it, bro? Do you know how I got it? Because my mum worked in the school. Yeah, I didn't get it because I was acting, bro. I got it because my mum worked in the school.
Trust me. Claim, bro.
Trust me, bro. It was mad.
Inside man.
My mum told me, I was like...
Your mum just slid a piece of paper to the head teacher, bro.
Here you go.
Go around, or else your tires are getting popped.
100%.
So did you have to sing in that performance, or?
Yeah, man. Singing, acting, dancing. No, not dancing. Like this kind of dancing. You know what I mean? It wasn't a lot. It was like,
climbing up the beanstalk. Like that.
That basically, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're Jack now. Yeah. Jackinder. And so it's the end of year 6 now.
Yeah.
So you're going into year 7.
Yeah. And so I moved back to Hayes from Chelsea. Imagine the difference.
Oh, you moved to the Gets, bro.
Imagine going from nice, how you doing, mate? You alright? To like, do you know what I mean?
Chelsea,
it was mad.
Chelsea to Hayes,
bro.
And that's where you turned into a man.
Yeah, literally, bro. Yeah, you know what?
How the other half lives, bro, isn't it?
I kind of wish, that like I didn't do that, but then I wish I did as well.
But are you grateful for where you are right now?
100%.
But then I think that it's all part of the process, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. But then it's like...
Because you never know, you might have become something else completely different.
Some orchestra guy,
some orchestra conductor.
Conductor, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows, man? Bro. The first ever Asian conductor. Ripping it up, tearing it up, shredding it down.
Wow.
But it is what it is, man. You are where you are, and obviously we're all grateful. So it's just part of the journey, part of the process, man. So you're back in Hayes now.
Yeah, bro.
What school did you go to?
So I went to Barn Hill.
Barn Hill.
Yeah.
Was it like being in a barn?
Bro, it was atrocious.
Really?
Nah, you know what? It was
good.
Yeah?
I'm glad it was good.
But
like,
bro, I can put it this way, yeah. It was good, but I wasn't that kid, yeah, who was like, you know, get them ghetto haze boys, and then you get like the little good boys. Yeah. I was like blended in the middle.
Yeah. You have to have your hands in both pies, bro.
Like the Asians, luckily, because I was Asian, and my brother went there as well. Like we were alright, because when you see another Asian, it's just like,
respect.
Yeah, like I was alright for that, man. Bro, and in Hayes, there's a lot of Asians.
Yeah,
we are well connected with Southall, innit? Yeah. Like we are like that. Like so we got a lot of Asians. So it was alright, bro. I didn't really face bullying much, so it was cool.
Yeah. You done the bullying though?
No, not even, bro. I kind of wish I... No,
nah. Bullies. We don't like bullies.
Nah.
But that's good then. You never got bullied, fair.
Nah.
So this is where I'm guessing where it really kind of transformed for you to like, from being like just a hobby into like, this is...
You'll be shocked, bro. Even. What happened, right? So when I went to year 6, my head's really high. The school of like, bro, there was literally 30 people in each class. So year 5, 30, so it's very small. It's like 150, 160 in the whole school. So obviously going to year 7, right, which is like, bro, like 300 people in year 7, 300 people in year 8. Yeah. I was like, bro, I wanted to do acting. There's no way I'm doing acting now. And I remember there was competition as well in my class, innit? People like these girls and guys was bare loud, bro. You know, they've got creative like eyes. Yeah. I still see them to this day, but they shut me down that time because like when I wanted to do something, they were just like, nah, you're dead. They're just loud, innit? They were just loud. So
it's like a dog eat dog thing, innit, bro? You have to stand up for yourself, bro. Otherwise they're gonna eat you.
Bro, and it started like that, yeah. And then must have been like 3 quarters. No, but you know what? Let me tell you my journey, right?
Go on.
So basically, then what happened was because I got really big then as well, innit? I'm gonna show you pictures after, innit? You can post them if you want.
Physically big, bro. Not like status big.
No, I was big. No, I mean physically.
Like physically,
big.
Yeah.
Mortar, yes, big mortar. So I was quite big, yeah, and then so being obviously a young kid, you know, I had my school crush.
Okay.
And I had my high school crush, yeah.
Was it a burger?
Similar. It was similar, innit? It was similar. High school crush. And then, so at this crush, yeah, bro, as a kid, obviously, and a fat kid, you're going to get, like, told, go away, innit?
Yeah.
Bro, high school crushes are like, you see them across the corridor, you're like, oh my God, run away, bro.
Butterflies.
I couldn't run, bro, innit? So,
man rolled away, bro.
Just like wobbling away, yeah? And so anyway, but why I'm mentioning this, yeah, and why it's important is because it's implemented the person that I've become today, even though I wouldn't want it to be. But these are like the life factors, being fat, going through your first kind of breakup, all this kind of stuff is like, it's stuff that implement 100% in it,
man.
Build you into the person you are.
Trust.
So anyway, then one of my boys, who's my closest boy now, he ended up going out with that girl. I hated him at this time, bro. I wanted to bang him. I was like, what a snake, yeah. I didn't like this guy.
Yeah.
And anyway, forward on. So year 7, so
that was in year 7.
That was in year 7, bro.
Blood, man's looking at chicks at year 7, fam.
Bro. Okay, but I was
looking for where the canteen was, bro. Man's looking at girls. I was like, where can I get my Panda Pops from?
The thing is, bro, I've never met Asian people, like, apart from my own family, because I went to Belgium, Chelsea. So to me, it was just like, what the what?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
This is mad.
We're the same colour.
Yeah, like, hello. Do you know what I mean? It was different, bro.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah. Hello. Like, I was just shocked, bro, to think oh my God, there's more people like me out here.
Okay.
So for me, it was just an eye-opener, innit, as a child.
Yeah.
And then, so anyway, at the end of the year, I was like, so I stopped doing, obviously, anything got to do with music. I just kind of stopped because I was shy, innit? I'd never felt shy before, but I was shy. I was scared. I was getting big, man. I was huge.
Well, you just eating bit, basically.
Couldn't stop eating, bro.
Man.
Couldn't stop eating.
I find it difficult to believe. You know what? I'm going to make you send me a picture. I'm going to put a picture on the thing.
100%.
Yeah. Send me a picture. Every joke, man.
It is mad. I was big. And anyway, so from there, then basically, I must have been beatboxing with my mate, yeah. And then he, in music once, yeah, he was like, the teacher was like, oh, everyone show your talent, yeah, kind of thing. Do something, kind of thing, yeah. And he was like, oh, he can beatbox. I was like, raw. So I went up to the mic. I went up to the front. I don't know why. And I was like, and they were just like, ah. I was like, raw. That's so dead. Yeah. Then I started like thinking, oh, sick, man. This is quite funny, innit? Year 8 went on. Year 9 went on. Nothing really happened in them years that implemented me. But anyway, no. But that's high school crush thing. That went. That was like
that's gone. Long gone.
Yeah. This enemy of mine, who's my friend now, taking it in it. So goodbye.
Yeah.
So anyway, going back to year 8, year 9. End of year 9, you're picking your GCSEs, I think, or something like that, yeah? So I was like, you know what?
I
was like, I never got to do music in year 7, 8, 9 properly. So let me just pick it and see what happens.
Sick.
Picked it, and I met this teacher. Big up Mr. Man. Sickest guy in the world. And basically, he just took me on. He's like, look, you don't really do music. He started introducing me to like production and weird stuff. Yeah, that I've never heard of. I didn't know how music was made.
Okay.
And at the time, Drake was coming out then, and like just when he got signed to YMCMB. And I came, bro. I didn't even mention my first instrument properly was a dhool, bro.
Oh.
Yes, I forgot to mention that.
Oh, so that was outside of school.
Yeah, I was outside of school. My dad put me there because he was like, learn something, innit, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I started in the dhool, started playing gigs at like year 9 with like this group called Paragon Roadshow.
Sure.
Still out there, still doing Indian weddings.
Paragon, I think I've heard of Paragon before.
Yeah, you probably have, bro. They're huge. They were from Leicester originally, I think. They moved to Southall, and now they're like shutting down like internationally as well now.
Wow, that's sick, man.
Some
consistency, man. Consistency pays.
Yeah, man. You know what? Even like now, so when I talk to them now, it's just a spud to say like, what are you saying? Do you know what I mean? It's not. It's so sick. Anyway, so back to year 10.
Yeah.
We're good for time though, yeah?
Yeah, no, bro.
I feel like I'm talking.
No, yeah, you have to, bro. This is the whole point, man. I'm here to just chat, breeze, and cuss you. That's it.
Love it. I love it.
Go on, drink away.
So yeah. So basically, right, year 10's come. I've joined music tech, yeah? I've never heard of music tech. Drake's coming out, and basically back then, yeah, I started to shift off the weight slowly. Like it started to move.
Is that because you just started growing physically? You think?
Yeah. So the puppy fat started to go in it. It started to just drift off. So I was getting excited. I was getting happy for my times. I was getting a bit more confident. Yeah.
I'm gonna sneeze, but keep going. Yeah.
Keep going, bro. I mean, keep sneezing.
Yeah.
So anyway, so then we've then one day, yeah. Do you remember that song called Forever with Drake?
Forever, that's forever.
So Kanye West,
100 Man on it.
Yeah.
Eminem's on it, Lil Wayne's on it, Kanye West on it.
So Kanye West got me to do a little. No, I'm joking. Your face there, bro, was like, raw.
Jesus. I was like,
obviously, bro, I've never used music software. I've never done anything. Yeah, I'm in school, bro, and I've started like 2 weeks into this music tech class, and I thought like, raw, let me try rapping, yeah. I want to show you this rap somehow.
You have to show it to me.
It's gone, isn't it? Like I've made sure it's gone, bro. But like I'll find it. I'll get it somewhere.
I know you got it in a vault somewhere.
So in music tech, yeah. So I still, again, I'm not academic, you know. But I started to get clever though. It was weird. Like it was like I was so dumb before that I started to get quite clever in it. Like math class, I went from being like middle set to top set. English top set. I don't know how though. Like. I think I just started becoming a bit more of a man, yeah. It's like maturity started coming out somewhere. But I was not maturing.
Yeah. But, just in school.
Yeah, bro. It's just like, so yeah, year 10's coming. I've started to kind of, you know, get into music a little bit. He started to teach me how to record, what a microphone is. No advanced stuff at all. I'm talking like the minimal basic. Considering everyone else in music tech was doing like not tech stuff at all. I don't know what it was, but it was.
That's how it starts, though. You got to learn the basics. Bro, you can't do anything unless you know how to plug in a mic, how to switch it on. But that's the thing.
But for some reason, like this teacher saw something in me and was like, "Look, you need to do music. Like you've got something." I was like, "I don't know what this guy sees, bro."
That's the teachers that I rate, man.
100%.
They're the ones who like they see and they're like, "Yo,
bro,
they're pushing you, and then look where you are now."
And I've tried to find them on Facebook as well, just to say that, bro, thank you, man.
Have you never been back to school, bro?
No, they've asked me a couple of times. I've always been away, so I'm gonna try booking something in.
See, like they might be able to give you contact details.
Bro, that's no, he's left now. Apparently he's left the country. He's living like Dubai. Apparently,
jeez.
Nowhere to be seen. So I'm like,
man's on like Arab money.
Yeah, he is, isn't it?
We saw that piece. He's like, yeah, I ain't coming back. Yeah, like,
gone, bro.
Bye, Hayes.
In it. Goodbye. He had a sick car as well, to be fair, like a ST Focus. I remember. Anyway, so going back to that, yeah. So I've gone into my room at this point. I bought this. I remember, bro. It was like. Do you remember Maplin's, innit? Back then, yeah.
Maplin, like the electronic shop.
Yeah, still here.
But it's closing down slowly.
Yeah, it's like not as big. But back then, that was the only thing that I could think of to buy a mic.
Okay.
So I had some birthday money, £20. I bought this little mic that had like a headphone jack, yeah?
Oh,
that, like a computer mic, bro.
3.5 mil, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that plugged straight into my Dell PC at this point, yeah?
Yeah.
And I've got, what's that software, man? Oh, you know one with the headphone?
Audacity.
Yeah. So I plugged it in there. And
I was going to use that for this thing, but...
Oh, bro.
It's a bit basic.
You know what? It is, but yeah. Anyway, so I've dragged this track into this forever. Yeah, this is the one I was popping. And bro, I didn't like English music back then, or UK or urban or whatever you call it. Yeah, like Western music. I liked Indian music because I was a bit of a freshie kid in it. I was playing the dhool and stuff, so I had to like memorize the songs and play to that.
Yeah.
So I put this track in. I'm sitting there. I'm like. And I've started to go on the mic and I've started to spit something, bro, the worst in my high pitch, like this, yeah. And I've recorded it. Obviously, I don't know about mixing or anything. It's just sitting there on the track. I've gone into like YouTube and I've just learned how to press record in there and how to record it in and stuff. And I've just bounced it down. I'll just put it on YouTube with this pic. Oh, I've got to show you this picture, bro.
Send it all to me, bro. I'll show you
after. It's basically, I call myself G-Ravs at this point, yeah.
G-Ravs.
And I'm wearing a red shirt. Bro, this is how bad this is, yeah. I've basically taken this picture. I put the timer on the camera, yeah. Taking a picture going like that on the wall. And then I Photoshop myself, yeah. Put it on a white background and put a wall there saying G-Ravs. But back then, bro, that kind of stuff banged, didn't it?
But I rate you for actually going out there and actively using Photoshop.
Yeah, that's the thing, innit?
Because you could have easily just not done it.
But the thing is, yeah, like it was sick, yeah, because like when looking back now, because I didn't have confidence to do it in school, when I put it out on Facebook, it just went, like, I think it went viral, bro. But I'm talking like all the school viral. School. Yeah, they were like, what the?
They're like, yo, G-Ravs.
All the Asian people would just be like, bro, that's my guy. And I was thinking like, bro, this is weird. Did
they take you down south and buy you some samosa?
Nah, bro.
As a gift.
some jalebis.
Some gulab
bro, the accent's quite good, you know.
Bro, it all do the same thing, bro.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah, you're right.
We have the ambala as well, man. Don't watch. Laddu.
Bruh, the ladus.
That'll give you diabetes though, man, if you have too many, man.
That shit kills, man.
Yeah, man. Okay, so you released your first track.
First track, bro. Banger. Forever.
Featuring Drake.
Featuring Drake, Kanye West, Eminem, you know. Just easy, bro. Innit? Gone on Facebook. Bro, it hit like 400 views at this point, yeah. Okay, so which like in a day.
That's viral, fam.
Bro, that's viral, innit? Like YouTube back then didn't even have a proper logo. It was like U space tube, innit? Like so dead. So anyway, then from there, and I thought, bro, I'm gonna start doing this. I don't have to actively do it in front of people. I can do it behind. So that's kind of what that taught me. Yeah, that I can do it from behind. Forget what I just said there, bro. Forget what I just said there, bro.
Yeah, it's calm, fam, man. I kind of expect that from you anyway, so I just let it slide, bro. You know what I'm saying, man?
Bro, and then so I put that on there, yeah. And then a couple months later, everyone knows I'm doing music now. It's gone to year 11, and I thought, let me put something else out. What did I put out, man? Do you remember Bruno Mars?
Which one? With B.O.B.?
Yeah, bro.
Airplanes?
No, not that one. The other. No, with B.O.B., but it wasn't Airplanes.
Oh,
man.
I don't remember what track it is. We got some researchers up here, bro. You can check for us. So it's B.O.B. and Bruno Mars. It's like his first ever track.
Yeah, but it was...
He had a grenade, innit? I will get your
that
grenade.
Nah, it wasn't that either. It was like... bro.
Let's see if you can find out.
Nothing on you.
Nothing on you.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know if... Oh, maybe it was then. Sorry, you're right.
Man don't even know what track it released, bro. He's got such a big catalogue now. Like, he forgets the first ones, man. Like, they're just so far back now.
I went from that song, from the one with Bruno Mars, and I sang that with these fake Ray-Bans I bought from eBay. Remember, I'm not working. No, I was working. I was working in Pizza Hut. £3.60 an hour back then. Bro, doing 3 hours. Like,
are you serious?
Yeah, like it was
£3.60. Bro, that's half a train fare now, bro. I couldn't even get to work.
Bro, I'm talking like I was picking up people's plates. But you know what? I've got to say, that also implemented me as well, because
man, for
my parents were like, don't work at the age of 16. But I was like, no, I really want to, because like everyone's doing. I want to make my own money, man. I was all about making my own money. Yeah, bro. Like, I don't know why. I think it's because I was always told in school that you're gonna need help.
Yeah.
So kind of just put in my skull like,
I can do it myself.
I'll do it myself.
Do it myself. 100%. That's a good mentality to have.
So yeah, bro. So I've put these little Ray-Bans on, fake Ray-Bans, obviously. Just put out there. For like £7 off eBay China.
Even £7 too expensive, fam.
Bro, it was best. That's 2 hours, man. My shift.
Man, I had to work two hours to get like. Yeah, but money well spent for this photo, I'm guessing. Exactly. Which I'm going to see. You're going to show me that photo?
100%. I'm going to show you eventually, bro.
Yeah. Eventually.
And so that went on Facebook.
I'm not releasing this until you show me that photo.
So that went on Facebook, this little video that I did. And that was, bro, remember I was singing and rapping so atrociously.
Okay.
And that went over to other schools. So like, there was a school called Harlington, Mellow Lane.
They all seeing you.
Then they started popping and people started like adding me on Facebook. They started liking my stuff. I keep burping, man.
What did you have for breakfast, man? Indian bhaji or something?
What did I have, bro? He loves the Indian vibes, isn't it? This guy.
But I'm basically, I'm from Kashmir. I'm Kashmiri. Let's get it right. Kashmir.
Hey, that's sick.
Yeah, big up Kashmir.
Yeah, bro.
Peace to the man then. But yeah, no, so...
So Mellow Lane, all these other schools started liking it, and then I started getting a bit gassed, thinking like, right, I'm the shit now, yeah. But I remember some Somalian dude came up to me and he was like, bro, you're actually shit. That's like a couple weeks in science corridor.
Wallahi, you're shit,
yeah. And I just looked at him thinking like, bro, this guy just shut me up, man. I don't even know what to say. Like, So anyway, so I started drifting the fat off me at this point as well. You know, I keep mentioning that.
So what? After he said you're dead, what happened? Did you like take it personally?
No, I don't think I just left it because I was like, oh, you know what? Like, it did affect me again, but like, I kind of just
look in the mirror with your hand. You're like, am I that shit?
Yeah, am I that bad? Kind of thing.
In the
like,
shower.
Yeah, like I'm not about singing in the shower. But then at this point, my parents were just like, what the fuck is he doing in his room? Yeah. So my dad at this point built like a shelf. Yeah. So imagine I've got a box room and it's got Harry Potter around there. That's how like, I love Harry Potter in it. 100%. So I've got like a shelf like this, yeah. And I bought these like £50 speakers. My dad got me like £100 PC, and I had like Fruity Loops on there, Reason, like trying to make beats, you know, trying to make music. And I've just started using it. There's a little microphone in the corner of my room. I remember this to this day. Yeah, had a little reflector pad that like all my money that I had in Pizza Hut, I kept investing it into music.
Good.
No idea what I was doing again. Cool. But I was learning a bit more.
Sure.
Trying new stuff, and then I bought like a pop filter and stuff. Started learning about that.
Sick.
Started getting into that, more beat production, more music. Started getting.
And so that's when it really kind of started developing.
Then it started to, Then I started to be a little bit of a cheesy guy. There was a guy called Aaron London. Okay. Who at this point, was doing sick, and what he was doing, right, was he'll basically like. He'll get music that's about to get released. I don't know how he got hold of this music, and then he'll basically put his verse on the front of it. Oh, because it hasn't been released, he could technically do that and get bare views in it.
That's mad.
So I contacted him thinking like, bro, like help me out. I want to get out there as well. Like, how do you do this? So then he was like, look, let's make a track together. And he took me. This is the sickest thing he could have done. Took me to his house. I was like 17. Took me to his house, and he like first time I've seen like a proper studio, bro. Sick. And like he was like, yo, and at this time he was working with Jay Sean. So he was writing with Jay Sean. So back there, obviously Jay Sean was massive, and I was like, oh my god, that's sick, like so gassed, so doing this thing and stuff in the studio, we made this song called Together, which is the most cheesiest, deadest song. I feel like I should play it now, but I'm not gonna play it now. Can I play it now?
If you want to,
I'll play it now. Why not?
Oh my god,
just so everyone in the room can hear how bad this song. This is still on YouTube because they got views in it. Yeah, and they didn't let me take it off.
Together.
All right.
Okay, sick.
So this is after the school stuff, and I'm in summer holidays, going before uni. Yeah. Going before A levels. Bad. Gaurav H. The picture.
That's him.
That's him.
It's an anthem, bro.
Another one. So bad, isn't it? So
mad.
We called it to my bit.
Yeah, that's mad.
Mad, isn't it? Bro, I'm telling you, fam.
That's how it started. I'm not gonna lie, but at the age, I would have thought that was a banger.
Bro, you know what?
Because that sounds like Tinchy Strider and all that.
Yeah,
that sounds like the same kind of vibe as he had.
So
and like old school N-dubs and stuff.
Yeah, like
same vibe.
And then we put that out, and he used like his campaign and stuff, pushed it out. But I don't know why he thought that was good. Maybe you're right. Maybe he thought like
at the time. Come on, man.
But I rhymed like world with girl. Come on, bro. Like world with girl.
You can
like,
do
that's
that,
mad, isn't it?
Well, just make it work.
So at that point, so he's put that out, and that's my first song, and that done pretty well, to be fair. I got like 50,000 views in like a month. I was popping, and then going back into school A levels now, where I put music. I'm getting a bit more better. And throughout the summer, actually, I liked Labyrinth a lot. Okay. And at the time, me and my friends basically who were so Labyrinth started coming out. Actually, no, this is uni. Sorry, going forward to A levels. Yeah, so I've started to do music properly now. Yeah. And I thought, you know what, I want to get into music now. I think I want to do music. But all my cousins and all my everyone around me were just like, what are you trying to do?
Maths and all that.
But back then, it was like, why are you trying to do something creative? You're not going to get anywhere. You're not a Jay Sean back then. Yeah. That's what we used to get, and that's like I used to hear that a lot. And again, being that guy, when you're told you can't do it, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like,
so calm. So A levels are done now.
Now I'm in the A levels, and I've shredded all the weight off me. Yeah. I'm like a complete new person when I've come into like A levels. So year 12, completely. Everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, we come out with a song and everything. They were like, what? So like in school, I was buzzing, doing my thing. And like my head was really high in the sense of like, and then that girl that I used to have a crush on, bare started liking me. I used to be like, nah, fuck off, man. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Go away. Like, who are you? So that made me feel like a confident, better person compared to this shy, fat kid that I was. They were just like, whoa, who's this guy? And to be honest, I was all thankful to that teacher, bro, that I met. Mr. Man, bro. He's the guy from this day.
So cool. So you passed your A levels.
No. So year 12, I got Year 12, yeah. So I did like, I forgot like what I was doing, yeah.
Some
but
music,
like,
obviously.
Music was in there. So I got music A star.
Mad.
I think it was like, psychology, like a F. I got like A star, F, F, G or something, yeah. Mad grades. And then I remember this Miss Higginbottom, yeah. She was like the head of year, bro. She was evil. You know them teachers that,
Just
bro,
evil,
this
demon
how bad
headmaster,
she
bro.
was, yeah. Sorry if she's not gonna watch it, innit? Maybe she does.
She'll watch it, but you're a bad woman.
Yeah, bro. She put her, you know, the common room, yeah.
Yeah.
She put her office, glass windows in the middle of the common room.
Oh
Bro,
my days.
to the point where we was having parties in there. We was vibing, not parties, but like till 3 p.m. parties, innit? Having sick time, like just chilling in year 12. All of a sudden, bro, like we can't go in there. Why? Because she's building an office in there.
That's
and then she
peak.
used to watch everyone in the like in the common room. So, yeah, that's that teacher, yeah. And then
Evil.
from there,
I hate her already, to be honest.
bro, she was bad. So she sits me down. She's like, "Look, you failed. You need to go college in it or something. This is not
What,
for
so
you."
you have to move out A levels?
Yeah, like that's what they were doing. They were kicking everyone out to go to A. Was it A2?
Yes.
A2.
From,
innit?
so they won't let you into A2. You have to go
A2.
resit again.
Yeah. So they're like, you have to go to college and go pick a course and go do BTEC course. So I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? But I was the only one at this point who's like ever done music in the school. And I was like, I wasn't even gassed. I was just proud in it to be part of that crappy little school, bro. Like, and doing something musically. And even like all the younger people, they were loving it. They wanted to get in the studio. Well, I didn't have a studio. It was in my room, still on this shelf. Yeah,
exactly.
So I was like, no, this is mad. Like, how are you telling? So anyway, Mr. Man's come down again, and he's like, no, I'm keeping him in. Like, what can I do to keep this guy? Yeah, bro. So she was like, he's got 2 Fs. So how's he gonna get UCAS points to go uni? And he was like, look, why doesn't he take up an AS? And he's like, look, take up finance. It will help you in the future. Which again, that helps you in the future.
Is it?
Like, bro, just pick it up. He
bro.
knows, bro. Like, that's why till this day I'm like, this guy was sick. So she was like, okay, I'll give him a chance to stay. So then they picked music, media, finance AS, and I forgot the other subject, man.
But this was so you had to retake your A levels.
No. So I didn't retake. I continued the next
continue
year.
Going.
But
So
I
you
had
did A2 and then
so I did 3
ASs.
A2s to get my UCAS points.
Yeah.
Or two A2s and then
an
1
AS.
AS, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
So I'm focusing on that. Pick my unis, but I didn't really know what uni I wanted to do or where I wanted to go because everyone kept drilling in my head, don't go uni to study music. Don't study music. So me being me, going for A levels, and through my last year of A levels, my dad was like, look, he likes music. Let me build him a room in the studio, in the garage.
Yeah.
Because he kept making music in the house. So built this. You've seen a picture now of how
I've
the
seen
studio
a picture of
looks.
how
Not
it
the
looks
big
now.
studio, not the big one I work in. My one that I do like my little covers in and.
Yeah, I've seen it. The one that you do the guitar and you're
Yes,
it's
that
a bit
one.
purple or something.
Yes,
no?
yes. It's got lights going around the top.
Yeah.
So anyway, that basically was just a plastic, like a plasterboard room.
Yeah.
Like these little MDF board, whatever
Yeah.
they're called. 4 of them around, like wooden floorboards, and like that's it. And
A
he was like,
table.
go. Not even a table. I had to buy a table. My Pizza Hut money again, bro.
They got Pizza Hut, bro.
Oh mate,
Them stuffed crusts.
in it. Put money in my pocket, and then from there, basically, from that room, I had these speakers. I had no idea about places. You see how the speakers are there?
Yeah.
Perfect for this room, yeah, because it's like it's not studio.
Yeah.
But I did that thinking like that's the right thing to do in the studio.
You got to put it right in front of you, innit?
Bro, you like it has to. There's certain things like when it comes to sonics and it how it should be. So you got to be like a triangle with your seat. Obviously, I didn't know like that age. Didn't even have a proper seat. I had like a stool.
So you put them up there.
But there, one was up like there, one was like here. Thinking like, oh, that makes more sense. I could stand up to one and sit down. No idea what I was doing. Yeah. So then I started to like labyrinth a lot then, innit?
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to get hold of this guy. I need to get in touch with this guy somehow. So back then he had a restaurant.
Labyrinth.
Yeah. In London. So I went with one of my mates. I was like, look, I need to go to his restaurant, man.
Yeah.
Big up Kay's Beach. Yeah. Big factor in my life as well.
Okay.
And so I went to this restaurant and he was actually there, bro. He was downstairs. Like he comes down and says hello, and his studio was on top. So it was quite cool. Yeah. So he was very
okay. Where was the restaurant?
I forgot now, bro.
They still got it?
I have no idea.
I don't actually hear the restaurant.
No idea. Yeah.
He's kind of like fallen off a little bit though.
He has, but you know what it is? He's
probably doing
songwriting.
other stuff.
Yeah, he's keeping his back. He's writing for people. And yeah, man. So anyway, from there, then I've gone from being in this little room and like my friends used to come around. We used to chill, make music, and through so uni's about to come up. Yeah. So like I've passed my A levels at this point. I've got into Kingston University, you know. At this time, that was decent. Like I'm studying media at this point, yeah, because music obviously on my mind has dropped off because everyone drilled it in my head that wasn't the right thing to do. Dropped off doing media. I've gone into uni. No, sorry, this is the summer through uni. Yeah. Crept and Conan are coming to.
This is the summer going into uni.
Yeah. So
where are you studying? Where?
Media. Oh, Kingston.
Oh, yeah,
Kingston.
Cool,
Yeah. And this is where Crept and Conan done that thing with the Jay-Z. Oh, what was that now, man?
I know.
Do you remember that thing? Do you remember that thing, bruv? It was like, it was.
I can't remember. I don't know what you're talking about, fam. I can't remember. My mind is.
They did a cover when they like popped them off, yeah.
What, so Captain Connor with Jay-Z beat?
No, they did. Yeah. Yes, that's it.
What's it called?
Oh, bro, I need to get these in my head. Otis.
Yeah,
so that was popping.
Oh, the one with, isn't that the one with Kanye West?
Yes.
Yeah, and Watch the Phone.
So they did the cover and that. Yes.
Yeah. When they're in the car, that mad car.
Yes. And they were doing punchlines in it. So
they that's what they're known for, isn't it?
Yeah, so they popped like after that. Like, out of nowhere, these two guys come out. So they're doing like a little UK tour thing, and one of the guys organised it from my school. He's like, bro, I'd love you to be in it. Like, get some people involved. So me, K's Beats, and another guy, we're like, yo, let's rap. We got to rap, yeah. And so this is the times when I was like, you know, them ones where I just got to show you, bro, because it's not gonna work like that.
So you're showing me another track now, yeah?
Yeah. So this is the other track here that's come. Oh wait. Raw, man.
I bet be a banger.
Bro, it's so atrocious, bro.
I'll drink some water.
So anyway, I don't know what it's called, bro. Middle finger up or something.
Bro, what kind of tracks are you making, fam? You're looking for gang beef. That's a middle finger up, bro.
And so we've been asked to go to Q Vardy's at this point in West Drayton, yeah?
I've been there.
Yeah, bro.
Q Vardy's.
Yeah, that's where Captain Connor performing, yeah?
I've been there. Isn't there like a little canal?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yes. So we were performing there, yeah? Oh, I can't find it. Anyway, so we were performing there and we made this track, yeah? And K's Beats, as his name goes, does not rap. He makes beats, innit? Yeah. And basically, so we made this rap and stuff. We're going on, bro. It was so bad. People were booing, yeah.
What?
Before Captain Connor coming, like this is bad, innit? So I'm thinking like, right, I need to quit, man. I'm actually shit. And this other Asian dude went on before Captain Connor. He was sick. I forgot his name. And he was sick. And I was like, no, there's no. And these times I've come from being this guy who was like in between being a ghetto kid trying to rap and then being a normal, nice family kid. So. But when I met this kid who was like proper grime artist, Asian kid, I was like, nah, there's no way I'll be able to top this guy. This guy is sick. And there was no UK rap much then. Yeah. It was more about grime. It was, but it wasn't as big as that now kind of thing, innit?
For sure.
So that happened and that kind of just put it down on me. I felt bare sad thinking like, like this. I'm so glad I'm going to uni, like doing media, man. Because like, it's just...
So after this performance, you get into uni, you start uni. You stick with media?
Yeah.
So you stuck with media, but you were doing music at the same time?
Yeah. Kind of an aside, but kind of dropped off because I felt a bit sad, innit? Like, I felt a little bit sad in the sense of there's no point, man. That kind of show just put me down. Like, it was a big show in front of Captain Connor.
That was like a big factor then, and you not doing it so much.
Captain Connor saw it and stuff. Yeah. But they didn't say anything. I got to talk to them. They didn't really say like, "Oh, you guys are whack." But it was just like we didn't get the crowd going as much as we thought.
I see. And then so when did it start to pick up again in uni?
So in uni, I was dossing about, doing what I do. Like first time uni, I've made friends, going out all the time, 3 times a week. Like the music's not on my mind at this point. I'm an 18-year-old kid drinking. Doing what I want to do.
Astaghfirullah.
Yeah, bro. So bad, isn't it? So bad, man. And then there was a guy basically that I lived with called Tevin, and he used to be like, bro, just keep going music, because I had a guitar there and I used to play it, and he's like, bro, and I was like, there's no point, man. Like, look at the competition. At this point, the competition, like, there was me who stuck from my school, and I smashed it. I was the only one in my area kind of doing something like that. Then the competition just crept up and just like went overhead me, and I was like, no, there's no way I'll be able to stop these guys.
You kept going, bro. You kept going.
Then I stopped from there, right? And then he was like, bro, you need to keep going, innit? You need to do it. So then I know I was failing, like in uni. I know I wasn't doing well, bro. Like, then my cousin moved in, for his 3rd year. We had a spare place, so he moved in. Big up Owen. So he moved in, and he was like, just like, dude, like, what are you doing, man? Why are you doing something you don't want to do? And he was the only one outside my family who was proper like, why are you doing something that you don't want to do?
For sure.
And he's like, look, if you want to study music, bro, just go back. I was like, bro, I'm not in touch with it anymore. I don't know about technology anymore. Like, it's changed in that year. And that's the year where it literally went from being like where I knew about it to like, whoa. Like, these craps have kind of come from it. Everyone was coming out at this point. And I was like, so I was a bit sad thinking like, well, that could have been me. I could have worked with these people, man. And no, so that happened basically. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe you're right, man. So I failed that year, So I failed media studies. And then I was like, there's no other way I don't want to go back to take media studies. Let me pick music tech. So I went to they had like a meeting where they had to interview you and show you music. And again, I was thinking, do I want to make a mistake of studying something that a creative thing, it makes no sense. But I was like, at least I have 3 years to find out that I can do music after kind of thing, I want to see what I can do. So they had a course called Music Tech and Business Studies. So I studied that just to have the Indian side as well, just business studies, isn't it? Just to keep me sane, yeah, I would say. So,
keep your parents happy.
Yeah, keep my parents happy.
happy.
But like the thing is, yeah, which is sick. Like, luckily, my parents at this point were so supportive, bro. They were so supportive in the sense of like, just finish uni, do your thing, and just get on with life, man. And then uni's come about, and I'm started putting on like covers of piano, singing again, and I did like a cover for Miguel and Mariah Carey, Beautiful, bro, and that bang did it. Like it done so well that it was when you write in the name Miguel, he's come up like second, so it would pop in, bro, and I started getting monetization from that. So I started getting money, and yeah, I was like, then it got cut off. It's still on there if you watch it in like Spain or some other countries.
Locked off in the UK.
Yes, locked up in the UK.
Why though? Because of copyright.
Yeah, and I wasn't playing the actual guitar in there as well, so it looked stupid as fuck. Like,
so you were holding a guitar.
I was holding going dum dum dum. Like I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know why I did that.
So I thought it was in a Bollywood film. You know they hold a guitar.
In it. So at this point now, I started to build that home studio. So I started getting the egg cups around the wall. I started to get like a better microphone, £100, had a little mixer. But again, I still had no idea about what mixing and mastering or anything was in it. Like, I've just seen going to like a studio kind of thing. So I've started off my first year in uni. Properly again into this
where are you studying again?
Still Kingston. And I've obviously had a music tech course, and because I'm surrounded by people who are musicians and who like music, then it started getting, I was like, I'm dog's bollocks, man. Like I'm the shit again. What the fuck? Like, why was I not being like this before? So a lot of these things are implemented into what I was doing then. Then I met these guys called actually, no, I'm not going to name them in it because I don't remember their name. So one of them was like a techno guy, and he started getting me into like techno house and stuff.
Sure.
And one of the guys was Asian. He was like a little producer.
Six.
And then we just formed a band, called Love Child.
Okay.
Bro, and that band was sick because it took me out of my comfort zone. I was doing funk and like folk and like soul and like neo, all this crazy stuff, bro.
That's mad.
And it was just sick because everyone was playing different instruments and guitar and bass.
You're singing?
Like I was singing, bro, and songwriting. So that kind of was sick, And then we got an offer from someone that was signed, that had Sony publishing deal, to take one of our songs called Good Life. These two songs, we had Good Life and something else, bro. I'll show you, and that was like, even to this day, it's my solidest work ever, ever. Because it was so, bro, it was just out of this, like, it's not something we'd listen to, and it was sick. So anyway, so we were like, so they were like, look, we'll give you guys 10 grand, we'll take the song with you for a magazine, and we were like, nah. Like, we want more. Obviously, being uni kids, but we have no idea what we're talking about. Innit?
Would you have in hindsight? Would you have taken the 10k?
Probably. Yeah. Like till like now, because we've done nothing with the tracks.
Gave you an offer.
No, after that they were like, cool, go away, bye. Yeah. Now we regret it because we're like, right, we could have done something with that, man. Like, invested it, but again, you can never look back at situations like that. And then from there, we we was a band. We were like boys. We all lived together. It was sick, And then we kind of just split because uni ended, year three's done. So I've gone back home. And this is the point where my mum started to get a little bit ill, right? So she started to get a little bit ill. So little things started to happen. And this is before I'm thinking, like, do I go into work? I'm in summer. I've gone through a lot of shit through uni.
Have you got a job yet?
Yeah, working in Mulberry, at the time.
Okay,
so Mulberry, bag store in Heathrow. I was always working in Heathrow, basically, duty free and stuff, So earning money, making money on the side and stuff, and doing whatever I need to do. Then my mum started getting ill,
Okay.
This is where I'm thinking, right, do I do a masters? Like, my music's not popping at all. My following's gone from having like sick following on Twitter, and Instagram wasn't. It was actually, no, it was quite big 3-4 years ago. It wasn't as big as now, but like, and like the thing is with me is I had phases of where I'm popping, where it's like, I can put anything out and like everyone's like buzzing and they're like, oh, this guy's sick, to the point where it's like, put something out and no one's really interested. It's like, all right, cool. It has to be sick. And that's what the thing, and I was like, oh, I can't get concentrating on this. So gone to my music, and I don't want to put full-time effort into my music because it's like,
because you're still a bit worried.
Yeah, like 100%. I'm thinking like,
nervous.
Yeah, I'm like,
if I put all in, then what if it doesn't work?
Exactly. So I'm thinking like, you know what? I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket kind of thing. Yeah. So I got into my masters, and I was like, let me just pick up creative economics, which is a mad.
Yeah, I was going to ask about your masters. I never knew you did one.
Yeah, bro.
That's mad. Kingston as well.
Yeah.
And so you chose to pick this because would you say you were a little bit afraid about the next phase, or because
I didn't know what to do?
It was a bit,
I didn't know what to do, bro.
You're like, if I study, it's okay. Yeah.
Because I had subscribers, I was making money from YouTube, but it wasn't like money to live on or go after uni money. It was just like, put something out, you get like 30,000 views, and you get like £300 every 3 months. So it wasn't a lot, but it was something, I guess. So I'm working throughout summer thinking like, what do? I don't really want to do music anymore because it's not working out. Waste of time. Built this little studio at home from having little desk kind of things, becoming better now. Got lights everywhere and all this cool stuff. So this is the time where I'd say like I faced my first kind of depressing moment where I kind of was like, I felt the inner self kind of talking to me and being like, yo, you're fucked kind of thing, innit?
That's mad. That's mad.
So I started to get a bit lonely, a bit sad, and then just I started feeling in a dark place.
This is before you started your masters.
Before I mastered. So it's in the summer. But the way that I was dealing with it was I was going out every weekend. I was going out 3 times a week again. Yeah, I was just getting done like, every time, bro. And then my friends started to see effect because like every time I go out and I drink, I was getting angry. And they were like, "Right, this guy's definitely something's going through his head, man." So, okay, but it's because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know. I was upset. My music wasn't popping.
It was like a crossroads for you in life.
100%. Yeah, bro. So,
so like, the summer went by. You started your masters. How was your mental state at that time?
Because my mum was getting ill as well, so it was affecting me majorly, bro. So
was she quite bad at the time? Or?
So at that time, we didn't know what was going on, kind of thing. And then she got diagnosed with cancer for like 3 months through my masters. So that was like the turning. That was like, fuck's sake, I did not need this.
How did you feel like when you got that diagnosis during your masters?
That was, bro. It was mad. I didn't really know where to kind of. I didn't know what to do or who to talk to.
That's difficult, man. It's your mum.
Yeah, bro. It was mad. So that was kind of like down, and that's when I was like, I got to quit music, man. I got to focus more on this kind of stuff. So I went to my masters, the lady who kind of done my course and stuff, and I was like, look, I think I'm gonna have to leave the masters and focusing on my family because my dad was working, no one was earning back then.
Okay.
My brother, like, obviously was married, he was with his wife, he was doing his own thing, kind of thing. So no one was going to see my mum in the hospital. She's going through chemo. My dad was working constantly. Yeah. So I was like, look, I'm gonna have to quit, kind of thing, because I need to be at home with my mum. And like, she's in the hospital, and she was like, the thing is, when someone's going for chemo, you don't have to be there all the time. Yeah. But I just couldn't physically
not want to be there.
Lectures if I'm So this is like 6-7 months in. It was a solid like 6 months in the hospital kind of thing. So I was traveling all the time to the hospital every day, parking in one spot, going in there, waiting till 11, eating my dinner there, and then going back to uni. Like, it was mad. And luckily, one of my boys, Adam, let me just stay in his place all the time.
That's nice.
Because he was working, and like, big up him, man, because he was proper supportive through that time. Like, anytime I needed space to crash, all the time he was there. It was like twice a week.
Okay.
So like from there.
So okay, cool. So your mom's going for a therapy.
Yeah.
You're still doing uni at the same time though.
Still doing uni at the time.
Okay,
but
so
I wanted to quit, but then they were like, "Don't quit, don't quit."
Cool.
Yeah,
so you were balancing both. Obviously, it was difficult for you.
Yeah.
Fast forward like 6 months now. So your mum's got a bit better.
Fast forward 6 months, I'm like on the verge of sending my letter to quit. So it's just going.
So you're still having that battle within yourself.
But it's because I saw someone physically pass away
in the hospital.
So being dragged, and I was just like, it was, bro, my mind was fucked. Like it was instant. Going from being this cool kid now, going into that uni and stuff, and finishing uni on a high, and then it just went whoop down. Yeah, so that was major in it. So I was like, no, I'm quitting this shit, man. Like I need to focus on my mum. I work in Tesco, innit.
Was she getting a bit better though at this point?
No, it was getting because the thing is, chemo, it gets worse to get better.
Oh yeah, so like most medication.
Yeah, bro. Like you see the downfall, and that's when I saw like deterioration. I was like, yo, this is the major.
Weight, lose hair,
bro,
all
it
that
was
kind
mad.
of stuff.
So then I was like, I'll just get a job in like Tesco or something and work there. Kind of was cool, man. Like I was working in Mulberry still, but they weren't understanding that I needed time to change my shifts. So I was like, I'll work in Tesco. So it was going deep in it, so it was going bad, and again that was affecting me mentally as well. Obviously, worrying if my dad's working constantly, like he's working 7 days a week trying to put money. I was trying to earn as much as I can, but I also had to pay my staff, and a lot of credit card bills because of uni, so I kept paying that. So it was going bad, yeah. Then one of the nurses was like, "Look, don't quit. Ask if you can do your project." Because it was a final project. So I asked if you need your final project on what you're facing right now. So I asked them, and they were like, yeah. So I had to do marketing, business, and something of a product involved in the creative industry. So I was like, why don't I make a track in the hospipital with these nurses, bro, and then mark it off?
Yeah,
and that's what I did. So I bought my laptop after ages. Yeah, it was sick. I'll send you pictures, bro. And it's like we're sitting in there. My mum's like sleeping. And like I'm getting the nurses like banging on tables, I'm recording them, put a little video together, and then made like a little like EP kind of thing called, I forgot.
So it's 3 or 4 tracks.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 tracks, and it was just me on the mic in the hospital in the waiting room kind of thing, and like because I had a bed there as well in it, so it was proper. Wow. Yeah. So I did that. Ended up getting a first.
So
distinction.
Yo, that's a big up, man.
Bro. And then on the day that my mum was, so she couldn't leave hospital obviously, but I had my graduation, so I was like, I don't really want to go to this. There's no point because I don't really want to go. Yeah. So then one of the people at the uni was like, look, you need to go because we've got a special award for you, kind of thing, innit? So you need to go. And I was thinking like, fuck. Like, so I went to the doctors. I was like, look, we need to get my mum out seriously. And they're like, okay, cool. She can go for a couple of hours, kind of thing. Yeah. So she got up, bro, and that was probably the biggest day. Like, that was the biggest thing to this day.
Amazing.
It was mad. Like,
after everything you've been through together, innit?
Yeah,
I've seen the picture on your Insta.
Yeah, it's so blurry and it's so like, it's not even proper, but it like speaks 1,000 words.
Yeah, 100%.
Bro, it speaks, and that was like the moment where I was like, raw, like nothing else mattered but to get my mum in that moment there. I didn't care. When I grabbed that award, I was just like, sick. Like, you're here, bro. Like, this is mad. So it was huge, and that was kind of more of like a upbeat thing, and then from there,
it's music forever,
bro. It was music forever.
Okay,
I was not stopping there, bro.
Okay, so, bro, I've been through your Instagram and stuff.
Yeah,
I've seen pictures of the steel bangles. So obviously from the uni boy, from creating your EP in hospital to images. I've seen you on stage. You're on stage with him as well.
Yeah.
How did that link come back? Because he's like one of the hottest he's the hottest producer around right now.
That's forward in on to now. So I've started working as an engineer and stuff. So I got invited to like an event basically where I knew one of his managers. I've always had a connection with him through other people, but like my brother knew him and stuff, but I never really spoke to him. Yeah. Big up Savak. You know Savak? You know Savak? Sure. He does a lot of Mostack, Mist, as well. So he taught me my production as I was going through my uni. I forgot to mention that. So I was going through that. Then the thing with Steel Bangles kicked off because the company that I work for now, that I'm signed with and everything, Avid, I work as an engineer, right? And an application specialist as well. So I work for Pro Tools and I make sure that everything running. He was using one of our equipment, so I spoke to the manager. I spoke to the manager, and he was like, "Oh, bro, like this is sick. We always wanted to contact you guys, innit?" But luckily, because I knew from somewhere, it kind of made that connection.
Sick.
Then there was like a festival going on. We never really spoke much about it, but I spoke a couple of times on the phone. He had problems, so I spoke to him, and it was kind of relaxed because he knew that I knew his boy, so that. Then I saw him at a festival that one of my artists that I was working with, she was performing live.
Yeah.
So he was there basically, and I was like, "Yo, cool, I'm gonna go chat to him, innit?" Because like, you know, and then he was like, he knew me. He was like, "Yo, Pro Tools guy, innit, Gaurav, what you saying?" So we just kicked off from there, sick. And he just started telling me like more of a structure of his life as well, and what he went through, and kind of the downfalls and stuff. And
he's like, prison and stuff, innit?
Yeah, and he's much older than me, innit? So it's like,
so you still got time, innit?
Yeah, it was just like learn what you're doing, innit? And then I was just like, cool, man. So we started talking, and he's like, "Look, I want you to help me with my." Can't say. But like he's like, I want to help with certain stuff in it that's coming up in the future, and I was like, yeah, that's sick, cool, man. Bro. So he got me in touch with like Mabel, some big names, and started to work with them at the point.
We're gonna be seeing you like soon.
Can't say no.
Oh shit, I'm trying to weasel it in for that. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
After the camera's off, innit?
I'm not going to. So okay, so like you mentioned, you work for Avid Pro Tools. So is Pro Tools a program that Avid makes?
Yeah, so it's market leader in mixing and mastering when it comes to music software. It's like a digital audio workstation.
Cool.
So it's how you record, mix, master, do the cool fun stuff in it. So it's used in over like, I don't know the percentage, but in most studios around the world would use Pro Tools over Logic, over Ableton, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where that kicked off, and yeah, man.
Okay, so then how long have you been working for them for?
2 years. So
and after I know Masters, recently I saw. So after Masters, you got this job with Avid Pro Tools. How did you have to get like a special qualification or something? I
started off in sales, right? So this is the journey through that. Okay. So started off in sales. Still good time, right?
Bro, don't worry about the time, man. Honestly,
I feel like I'm waffling now, boy.
Bro, it's good, man. I didn't think you were shy at first. Now you just not stop talking, bro. I'm like, shut up, bro. My ears are hurting. I'm joking.
Everyone's gone.
Okay, that's sick though. So obviously you started in sales with Avid. Yep. Was that with the intention? You're still doing music obviously at the time.
So at this time, I met this director who was my manager at the time. Yeah. He took my interview. I had no experience. I've come from the Masters. My mum just beat cancer. Not beat her, but she just finished chemo, getting her results in a couple of months, kind of thing. And his boss took me on, and he sat me there, corporate as hell, Avid is. He sat me down, and he's like, "Look, you have no experience to get into sales." I was like, "Look, if you don't give me this chance," like Apple said no to me, Google, I was applying for bare stuff, had interviews. So they say no to me. I don't know where to get into, and I love Pro Tools. I love making music, and he's like, "There's nothing for you in the music side because like it's the music. Bro, I'm talking like Pro Tools is really industry known, and the guys working for Pro Tools, they have to be." Double that. You got people like Drake using us. Like you've got mad names. So there's no way a little kid was going to go to the audio team after uni. So he's like, look, there's a maternity job for sales for the video side. why don't you take that, blah, blah, I'll give you a trial for 2 months. I started working, I was about to quit. And I started facing depression again. It started hit me. I was going into my room in the back, and I was just sitting there crying, thinking like, bro, like, why am I doing? I wanted to do music, bro. Like, why am I doing sales?
It's like a little hump around, but you have to get through it, isn't it?
It was a 9 to 5 thing. And then they flew me out to Florida, which is the first. We had like a conference thing. I've gone out there and I've met the audio team at this point, bro. And luckily, my manager now in the audio team, he went to the same uni. Right, so this was the point.
This is the connection. This is where it's made.
And these guys were like elite. They're not. These guys are not the guys that you. Example, we sat down with them, and you start. They are so technical when it comes to audio, right? I'm talking like, bro. It's again the company's market leaders for music software, so these guys have to be the elite.
So just to confirm, so Pro Tools is a recording software.
Recording software and a music creation software as well.
Okay, cool. Because obviously, has it been around for a while?
Yeah, it's one of the first ever.
Okay.
DAW.
So the first time I heard of it is when we spoke about it.
Yeah.
That's mad. Because it must be so above my head. That's why.
It's not Logic. It's not Ableton. We're 10 times better. But bless you. It's because we have an audio team. Like Ableton and Logic, they don't have audio teams. Like you can't. Example, like recently when I was in Germany, OVO had a problem and there was no one to deal with it. But that's when he jumped in my DMs. He was like, "Thank you, bro."
Who messaged you?
OVO 40.
Man.
Right in my DMs. Yeah. He was like, "Thank you, bro." And that was because I there was no one to contact, but we had an audio team, so it was sick. But anyway, back to Florida. I met this manager and he was in the audio team, and I just kept in contact. And his lecturer started when he went to uni, but then he retired when I went to uni. So we got that connection from there.
Okay.
So the year was coming up to an end. I didn't know what to do, and the guy who employed me originally, he's gone up to VP. So he's got mad say in the company. Yeah, he's gone mad say in the company. Sickest guy ever, yeah. So I asked him to mentor me as well.
Sick.
So he still mentors me to this day.
Sick.
He still keeps my head screwed on.
Yeah.
Keeps going right on the ground. Bro. So he got me a position to handle EMEA EMEA, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and a bit of the East Coast and India as well. Sick. For music production, music creation, so A&R basically, and engineering. So I got to go out, work with these people, make music.
You've been in India, you've been to all over the Europe. That's mad, fam.
So it's been a bit. So that kicked off in April this year. From then kind of I started pursuing music professionally, I'd say. Started working with bigger names. But before that, when I knew that I was going to be doing that, it wasn't like now it's a bit normal. It's like cool. I enjoy it, but there's also stress a little as well.
Sure.
Like I've gone into sessions now where like the pressure's on.
Swear. You know, like you have to produce quick.
Yeah. It's like, because I would sit there and engineer. So if my ear's not working, like I was under pressure last week where demos had to go to a label.
Yeah.
And the producer was putting pressure on me, and this is like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm sleeping at this point. Yeah. Like I'm sleeping, thinking like my ears are not sonically, they're not ready.
Yeah, not ready.
They're like, no, we need this, and they're not like, bro, all right, cool, man, have a little nap. It's like, no, finish it. Finish it. It's like this. It's like,
so you have to wake up and just do it.
You gotta wake, bro. My hours, I work ridiculous hours, shall I say? Like it is mad. I'm working in the morning. Like I'll go. Like I don't even know. I ain't got a pattern.
Yeah,
like,
it's just random.
I ain't got breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro.
Basically,
all the time.
24 hour on
100%. Yeah.
That's peak.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. So you're qualified for Avid Pro Tools.
Bro. So I'm certified in mixing.
You're chilling with Steel Bangles.
Back to that one.
You're making music as well. Obviously, big up Chris Moses. You released a couple of wavy tracks with him.
Bro, I didn't even mention
Chris,
shit.
Bro. Big up Chris. He's Rafiki right now in Lankin. in what's it called? Disneyland.
Can I mention Chris quickly?
Yeah, of
Chris,
course.
Apologies. Yeah, I'm waffling about myself.
Man like Chris. Bro.
So I met Chris. This is before the second job with Avid, after the sales thing. One of my cousins knew him quite well, and he had a sick voice, so we got a session in my kitchen. So you know, Can We Slow Down? The song.
Sorry, it's on the bottom, bruv. You got to unscrew the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
you know, Can We Slow Down? Yeah.
The
song. It was recorded first in my kitchen when Chris came over.
I remember you saying this
Summer
by the way,
year.
guys, this track is wavy. This is the Valentine's Day track.
Yes.
Because you came on my show, Pulse.
Yes.
We released it there first.
Yeah, we did.
Come on, fam.
Jeez.
That track is wavy, man. I remember we used to bag it out in the car.
I remember that.
I remember me and Chris were driving to Sam's house.
Yeah.
It was like 45 minutes from my house.
He showed you.
Bruv, he showed it to me, but we played it. I said put repeat. From the moment we left, we got there. We played it constantly.
And then I went to Essex that day, and I met you at Sam's.
Yeah. You came after.
I was
that
waves.
track was
always waves, bro.
cool. So that's when we actually started speaking properly, though. I think when that time we met at Sam's.
We met, but like we didn't really speak.
I told you I was on Pulse.
Yes.
And then we were like, yo, you need to come on the show.
I was like, what? Yeah.
So you released
that was Chris. So we started forming like a little band kind of thing. We were just getting sessions in. Obviously, we both had schedules, so we were getting a bit busier. But I was in sales. So last summer, this is when I met Chris. I was in sales, obviously, then. So I wasn't really on music like now kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was doing music with Chris, and we started like so we made this thing called Plaque Music, which is like a group of 2 people, and we have like engineering, songwriting stuff. And obviously we started getting really busy again on our private lives, and stuff happened which like kind of kept us a little bit more kind of in different areas.
Apart, so basically.
Yeah, and it was a bit annoying because we both really had a good connection. We were making banging tunes, and till this day, like I'm waiting for him to come back. Like the time's ticking.
But we spoke about you having some massive plans about this whole thing,
bro. And that's the thing, like, because he done so sick, with Disney. Obviously, he's out there, but he's in another country, so it's a bit hard for us to work. And I flew out to I drove to him actually, bro.
Yeah.
To it's like
shout me next time.
Yeah, bro, we need to go, man.
Yeah, that was like sick.
I went with one of my friends, innit? So we're going to Disneyland, kind of thing. And we went there. And and I saw him for a bit, man, but like we were just like, bro, I just want him to get back, like, you know what I mean? It's weird to have, because now I've started to work with these other songwriters. Big up Canvas Music Group, which is another music group, and they're like songwriters, producers and stuff like that. Banging, been writing with them, doing demos and stuff, and they've done stuff for Chris Brown.
Man, how did you get in touch with them?
The guy lives behind my road. He's one of the sickest, bro. He is one of the sickest songwriters. When I say that, I mean like singers and songwriter, bro. He is actually dope. Like, mad. I'll play you the stuff after. You
should bring him on the show, fam.
He wants to, bro. He's one who's commenting. Remember, bros?
Oh,
yes, that's him. Bro, he's dope.
Yeah, he used to come on the thing, bro.
Yeah, and you know what it is? He's had a similar life to me.
Okay.
So we bonded like this, bro. We became family instantly.
That's
and like,
nice.
His connections are like so big in it for like, so it's just good to have that connection there with him, man.
Cool, calm. So I think we got a nice little overview of you.
Sick.
I got a couple of questions for you.
Alright.
So obviously you can speak English. You can also speak just about. I didn't understand anything you were saying.
Sorry?
You can speak Punjabi as well?
Yeah, bro.
So you sing in Punjabi?
Yeah. Oh, done.
What? No, I'm gonna ask you to sing,
like,
fam. I was gonna say, like, what do you think it gives you an advantage in the industry, being able to like attack 2 different like in markets, basically?
It's a very good. Okay, so I got shout out Bangles for this one, because he told me a story about how he kind of like, he had Punjabi on his side to put him where he is today, and kind of like he just kind of like explained that it's very important to kind of keep your roots with you, innit?
100%.
Don't drop the roots section, because it's kind of what. But it's kind of weird though, because he's much older and he's done it already. But for us, there's too many Punjabis out there doing it right now. So it's like I can't really keep carrying it if I don't want to carry it.
Yeah.
Like, my vision is not to focus on the UK. My vision is to do international. Like, I don't want to just focus on doing what's in the UK kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And same with like Chris Moses, like. Yeah. But the bilingual stuff, it really does help. It's got me somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It's got a crowd.
Well, I see you singing on the track, man. It's sick. It's
different, you know. But
and again, you're sticking to your roots as well. So
it's
I
exactly,
think that's super important.
And I always keep it there, bruv. Like, always keep it there.
Okay,
100%, bro.
That's mad. Bruv, yeah. I'm gassed, bruv. This has been a good chat, fam.
Bro, waffling for time.
Bruv, not even waffling, man. Let me go back to like your initial studio. So obviously, there's a lot of people who may be listening to this, who are currently in like a home studio. You have your own one, but now you're working in a bigger studio now, aren't you? You're not using the home one anymore.
Nah.
So
I use
congratulations
it sometimes.
on that.
Thank you, bro.
What was it like? How did it feel? In fact, like seeing knowing like your progression within music, moving from your own little studio where the speakers are in the wrong place to like being in a proper professional studios and recording like for the first time. How did that feel?
At the first moment was with Chris Moses.
Yeah, I remember.
And we walked in there, we opened it, and we were hella gassed, bruv. Yeah. Insta live on every phone I had, pictures, videos. Like, look at me kind of now. And it was just like, it's just like when you get a job and it's a better job with more pay. Yeah, it's the same thing. It just looks nicer. And the thing is, the work rate is harder. And like now I feel
because you're like, yo, I got this place. I need to make sure I'm
now
using it.
Yeah. Now the sound cannot be in the back of your room sound. It has to be. But again, the thing is like so many things stopped me from doing it, and like I felt proud because I walked in there like raw. Like I was gonna quit at one point, and now I'm sitting here. I've got this. I'm thinking like this is sick. Like this is the best feeling you can probably have, man. And it's just nice to be in there, and I'm always open for people to come, bruv. Like
man. Is it your own personal studio?
No. So it's part of Avid.
Okay.
So it's all authorized to me.
That's wavy.
Exactly, man. So
it's like you're like the number one for that studio.
It's only mine. Yeah. So I open the door, I close the door.
Sick.
Yeah, bro. It's sick.
And so you can't like lease that, like use it for other people like to come.
It depends on what we're doing. If there's like demos involved, important stuff, then I can kind of put it through because my schedule's packed with stuff. I work a lot of post productions, a lot of movie stuff, and Avatar 2.
Oh, yeah,
sweet,
bro. That's sick, man.
Meant to come out this year, but it pulled into next year.
Okay, man. So you're working on massive projects.
Yeah, bro. And I worked with Disney, but I can't talk about that on air. But
bro, you're doing bits, bro.
It's been a bit mad.
I wish I came on here and I'd be like, yo, I can't talk about this, bro. So there's someone sitting in their bedroom right now.
Yep.
Picture this. They are potentially going through the similar thing you were going through when you were in your high school, going into sixth form, going into uni. What would be your advice to them to kind of like stick to what they're going, stick to their passion, just like you did? Because again, you're one of the good stories where you actually came through, innit? Whereas there's probably more than 70% of people don't do what their passion is.
No,
they quit and they do something else just to earn money, for that stability. So what would your advice be to people who are at that crossroads saying, you know what, man, I don't know what I'm doing right now?
The thing is that if you believe like you're good in something, like stick to it. And it's normal to have breaks. I don't see what I said before was like, oh, I quit. It wasn't really quitting. It was more like a long break. Like I haven't really, and the best thing to do is to have a long break through something. You don't have to sit and kind of you don't have to quit and let your passion go. And none of us are good at. We're not sick at something. None of us
until
are good
you
at
put the time in,
bro. And the 10,000 hour rule is so important. The way that I say it today, when people come into the studio and they're like, wow, your ear is sick. No, it's not. I would love to say I'm talented, gifted, but no, it's not. Talent comes, it does, but you got to work on that talent, bro.
100%.
Yeah, footballers, you don't see Messi. He's gone through something as well. All these 100%. People have started from playing small, and like that's the thing is that if you stop and have a long break, then okay, stay there. Don't come into the industry 10 years later. You know, you got to work on yourself. Even if it's in the background, in your bedroom.
Consistently, man. Consistently.
You got to have consistency. It's so important, bro.
It's
and
so
keep learning.
Bro, man. 100%. It's the same with me now, man. I'm finally out of the retail game, bro.
Jeez, I know that's the best feeling in the world, isn't it?
5-6 years, bro. But as in, like you said, man, I've been doing everything else in the background.
Or exactly.
Whilst doing something I don't particularly enjoy. Just with like a bigger vision, and now like my 9 to 5 like you is in what I want to do,
exactly.
And then afterwards I can do what I want to do as well. And so I don't have to like switch mindsets.
Yeah, it's a network.
Like I'm working like 7 people fish, big up Island Poke, and then I have to switch out of that. Like I hate all these people. I don't really hate people, but you know what I'm saying.
No, bro, 100%.
And then like come into like the creative thing. Like it's difficult. It's mentally taxing.
It's what's mad is I remember when people used to say creators don't get anywhere, and all I'm gonna say is, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? Do you remember them days though, bro? People used to be like, nah, used to be like doctors, lawyers.
Yeah, bro.
Big up them, obviously, dentistry.
Bro, the game has changed now. They're the ones realistically struggling.
They want to be like us. They want to do
millions, bro. You got people on a mad touring the world.
I don't want to put hate on it and say like, look at me, but like,
it's like
don't
it's an equal playing field now.
Yeah. Don't judge people, man. And going back to the question of helping the youth and stuff, like one thing I want to do is just build up. I'm doing a lot of workshops, innit? So
sick.
3 workshops. Like there'll be more details, and it's just me expressing engineering and like teaching people.
You can share if you want, so people.
I can't say details yet.
Again, another thing you can't say.
But it'll be with YouTube as well. So it'll be in YouTube space.
Man. Okay. Is that what you there for on your Instagram and stuff?
That was something else, but I made contact to make sure I can do workshop there.
Sick.
And that would just be like audio production, engineering, kind of 101.
Man. Just giving to people like a lowdown of how it works.
Because no one told me. I had to pick it up from somewhere.
Wavy, and now you're going to offer that same service. And I respect that, man. Because if you get to a position where you can help others, then why are you not doing it, bro?
Exactly. That's the main thing.
Come on, man. Wavy. So I want to ask one more question. Because this is something that has been bugging me for years and years. So I'm not a singer, but I like to sing in the shower. And I do like to sing in the car, even though I don't drive, so I sing in Man Likes Car every day as a passenger. But I sing, for example, I sing the same song for like 1.5 times, 2 times straight, fully flexing my vocal cords. My voice is written off.
Right.
So my question to you is, how do you maintain a singing voice, singing, like recording constantly, doing the same take again and again? Because like I mentioned, like my voice is not trained, but it's peak. I can't speak, my voice hurts, it stings, I end up like eating manuka honey. Like, how does it work? Like, how do you train your voice? Or is it something like you were mentioning before, like it's just your 10,000 hours training the vocal cords? And are there like any kind of like day-to-day like exercises, or like like arpeggios you do or something, like to train yourself?
It's basically like, so a lot of, you'll be fooled by kind of what you see kind of when you see singers, and you look at even Beyonce. They it's not a one take thing. Of course, it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of takes. Like, and it's just the way that something sounds good is when you comp. So comping is basically like you loop, like let's say 10 seconds of a track, and you keep going around singing the same bit, and every little syllable, every little word, even everything, you'd move up to the main take. So if you sing like I want to be. So the I, you choose which I you like out all of them.
Oh my God. So each little syllable could be from a different...
Exactly. It's all different takes. And that's how it sounds good on the final project. But again, the 10,000 hour thing, very important. Very, very important.
And so, like, again, like touring, it's like these people, they tour Europe, they tour the world. They got shows, they got 5 shows in like 6 days. Do they like warm up their voice after?
They do. But a lot of them don't sing as well. They'll have someone in the back, or they'll have back. A lot.
Are you serious?
You'll see like so obviously people like Drake and stuff. They'll be no. But the thing is, Adele. So I can't make judgments on that. Actually, to be fair, that's a good point. I can imagine her singing. But they'll have vocal trip, bro. They'll have like Michael Jackson's old trainers, and they'll have big names, vocal coaches, should I say, big vocal. But even the singers I work with are not big now. They still have vocal coaches who would come with them in the studio. They'll still help them open up the vocal cords and do exercises, and that's the producer's job. So he'll make sure that he can play the right key, and it'll just be like la 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 or something like that. So they will just go along that, open up the vocal cords so they can sing.
Wavy, man,
to the key of the song.
So, bruv, you started this off nervous, but you didn't stop talking for the whole time, fam.
Fucking
how you feeling? How was it?
Good, bro. That was good, man.
Yeah, you enjoyed yourself, sharing your story.
It was lovely. But you know, I've never got to do that, man. So it was nice.
You go, man.
Thank
you shared your piece. Like, everyone will get to listen to you and like understand your journey, and obviously learn from it as well.
Yeah, well,
because it's always good for you to share your experiences for others to take what they can from it.
That's it.
And apply those experiences to themselves. Because again, like we said, man, if you have some knowledge, then why not share it?
Exactly.
Why not share it? So we've got this little thing called the puff of the day. The puff of the day is like something people can take in, inhale, like some sort of advice or something you've gone through, you can share to people that will kind of enlighten them, or just help them along their journey. So, for example, like we mentioned, that crossroads you went through between when your mum was ill and uni, and that takes mental strength and mental character, a lot of character. So again, if someone's going through that thing, like, what would you say to them? Just like you said before, just stick with it? Or
I mean, the best thing to do is, like, the way that I would say it is just like find something that you could focus on separately. Don't involve people, you know, keep yourself to yourself. That's the best thing that you want to do. Don't rely on alcohol, drugs, cigarettes. Don't do that. It's the biggest mistake you could do. Is like to rely on a substance. Because once you're hooked, it's so hard to get off that substance, innit? And I know a lot of people who still regret that they took up it's things. Not cool anymore. It used to be cool. Like, I could say maybe, like, it used to be, bro, I'm going out on the weekend, sick, having a good vibe. I'm gonna go do this, do that, and it was fun. Now it's not. Now it's all about making money, getting a house, doing well for yourself, getting a family, and that's the way that I see it now.
That's what people should be focusing on, man. Not 100%. The image, more. It's what you do in the background, which you're building a foundation. Kind of like Russ, you know Russ, the American Russ.
But
that guy's a G.
He's just so sick. Like,
he's done everything from. He's released like hundreds and hundreds of songs on SoundCloud. He's built up a foundation. Like you, I'm sure you got a catalogue of stuff. Whereas nowadays, these singers, these rappers, these drill artists are getting famous on one song. They're not performers. They're not entertainers. They don't know how to do things.
It's like, you know what it is? Social media is a massive downer. Like, it's not
downer.
It's not. The way I see it is eating a lot of our time. Eating a lot of time, and a lot of like stuff like when you see like Russ will get famous. A lot of it's like this SEO kind of stuff, and a lot. I know so many artists, right? So there's a checker that you can check who's got fake followers and who's got real followers, and you put your Instagram in it tells you. And a lot of artists you'll see are over 50% on fake following.
But is that their own fault, or is that?
It's the labels. They want to show you this social media presence so that more people want to have that. More people who haven't got presence. It's like it's all about looking good. Mad. It's not about the music, and that's what is getting lost is the content is getting lost. Like you said, the one-hit wonders.
Bro, everyone's a one-hit wonder now.
Bro.
And then they have nothing to fall back on. Like, they don't have an album of tracks they can release. They make one song and it pops off, yes or no. If it pops off, they just make the next song as they go along.
Bro, and that's it. And the reason why...
That's not sustainable.
Where I realised it, right, was like, before I was all about like, oh, take a picture on Instagram, looks sick. Yeah. I got 1,000 likes.
Picture I had to show you as well. Your first picture of your 35. Oh. You're there with that little fade in the cap.
Oh, mate.
I want to put that on the chain.
Yeah.
In the polo shirt.
Oh yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So basically, what I was saying was like, so social media kind of taken over kind of like the whole looking good. But when I realized it was when I started meeting these people who had like 300 followers, 200 followers, they were doing bigger things than me, but I've got this following apparently. Like, so I started to realize that, oh man,
you just got to put your head down, innit?
Bro, it's not about who actually follows me. These guys have got bigger connects than I have, but they've got like 200 followers. I was thinking like, what?
Yeah. Like, because of the Pulse thing, like I follow quite a few like, and they like follow me back. I don't know much. Yeah, but anyway, I follow people like agencies or like managers, and they got like what 400 followers, 600, but they've like followed by Michael Dapper, by all these people, and it's like, yo, like it's not about that image, it's about the connection. About what you're actually doing in real life.
Exactly, it's about the connection, bro. So another little tip is all about the contacts. Even if you hate someone, the way I see this industry is, there's a lot of snakes. I'm talking, bro. Like the past couple of months, I've dealt with a lot. Yeah, and it's all about the money side of it. You just got to smile, man. Just got to be like, hey, that's cool. You got to. Because if you're not, then you're going to get fucked over 100%. And you got to be wise as well. When they say so a lot of... I'm not going to mention that shit. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Is it?
Yeah, it's too far. It's too far.
I think we're going to round it up now, bro. Thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Lovely, bro.
First
Thank you for everyone.
Podcast. Actually, Stam, you know behind that bag, I think there's a grey bag. Am I correct?
Oh.
Behind that blue thing. Is there a grey bag somewhere? Yeah, if you could chuck that to me.
Well, what's this, bro?
Well, I think I kind of spilt the beans already, but obviously, man made a t-shirt. It's got the Puff Podcast logo on it, but if you look at the sleeve over there, this is a one-off collaboration.
Yo, that's hard.
With Gaurav's logo on the sleeve.
Yo, that's hard.
So, yeah, bro, keep that, fam. This is the first ever one we made.
You're amazing, bro. It looks sick.
It's a t-shirt.
I'm gonna wear that tonight.
Yeah, so that's a Puff Podcast t-shirt featuring Gaurav on the sleeve.
Jeez. Got that, I haven't seen my own logo properly in person.
One of
like
print,
this.
Bro, right there, man. So,
love that.
Yeah, man. It's been a pleasure, man. It's been enlightening getting to talk to you and get to know you properly, because obviously I know you because of Sam. Big up Sam.
Big up Sam.
But I don't know you.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to have these conversations, especially with people that are close to you, to understand, kind of get a closer insight in what they've been through and how it's got to them to where they are today. So big up for that. Yeah, man. This is the end. I'm not too sure how I'm supposed to end this, but thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Much more to come. We're going to be doing this is a weekly thing. So next week, I'm not going to reveal exactly what happened yet. Oh, I think someone just scored. My phone went off. Hopefully Arsenal. But yeah, man, I'm going to be editing this up, releasing it. YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. Follow us on all platforms of social media. The Puff Podcast, at The Puff Podcast, on Instagram, on Twitter, on SoundCloud. All of that good stuff. And yeah, man. Let's do this.
Sick. Jeez. And it's a wrap.
Yo.
Hey. Bro, that was...